Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic as we get towards the holiday season. My guides, talk to me. What do you got for us Pisceans here as we move towards the new year? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. Please and thank you. And what do you think, my friend? Should I have worn beard ornaments this week, or should I wait till the week of Christmas? You know I always like to do that every year. So we'll get them going, I promise. Okay, there we go. Okay, so somebody could be looking back on the past here with this first card. I haven't seen this oracle card in months for any of the signs. So it's one of my favorite. He has that awesome haircut. He looks like Hey Arnold, and he hasn't visited for a while. So we'll talk about that. There's a lot of undertones, but there's some sort of history with this card, and which makes sense with the time of the year we're moving into. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about our friend here with the awesome hairdo. So you see him there, he looks like Hey Arnold, if you've ever seen that cartoon. But a big thing I always think of is there's a camera and it looks like he's watching a movie of some sort. Now, a really small detail is that the picture that he's looking at is also another card within this deck. So, but the main thing I always think of is somebody thinking about another person or looking back on the past. So for some Pisceans, there might be a very specific individual on your mind or taking up a lot of your mental space. Maybe you're on someone else's mind quite a bit as well. But this is one of the cards of taking a trip down memory lane when I see it. So once again, this time of year, it makes sense. A lot of people do that. They reflect on holidays past, right? So it's interesting for us to see this. Now, another thing I do say about this card is, like, since he is looking at a movie of some sort, for a lot of you, there could be an energy related to how you entertain yourself in this time. So maybe you're watching a little too much, or maybe Spirit wants you to entertain yourself a little more in one way or another. I'm not saying just watch Netflix all day, but there's something revolving around entertainment. Let's just put that down there. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole. It is what it is. But yeah, let's get your tarot going. We'll get you 3 in the upright, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So let's keep it moving here. Shuffle it up one time for the Pisceans, my guides and spirit team. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was very interesting indeed. First and foremost, I hope you like the little astrology segment. Let me know if you think I should get more guest appearances going here every now and then. But last week's reading was titled A Surprising Talk. Now, the one thing I will say about the Pisces reading last week for us, because part of the collective with you, we're in this together, is that almost all the cards were people. Right, there were court cards. I think 5 of the 6 cards were court cards. Even the oracle card had multiple people. So it was like people everywhere in the Pisces reading. So if that energy still bleeds over into the current week, just know you could still be having various different interesting conversations. But let's get this moving here. I'm going to get you the 3 cards in the upright before we keep pressing forward. So what do we got for Pisces here, my gods? 3 cards, mid-December Pisces energy. Thank you. Yeah, one of your power cards, a card of mystery. Interesting. So we do have the Moon card in position number 1. We love this energy, right? You know, some people aren't too favorable of the Moon energy, but us Pisceans love it, right? We're comfortable there. Let's get a couple more. You know, a lot of people say the Piscean collective lives with 1 foot in the spiritual, 1 foot in the material. And that card does kind of encompass that energy. Okay. 9 of Cups, so we might have some good energy coming in. At least this is very welcoming, I'll say that. Let's get another card and we'll really start to connect all this. Lots of water energy. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. There's also a bonus. Not a huge fan of this bonus card, but we will talk about it. We have the Queen of Cups, but we also have the 10 of Swords as a bonus, right? Talk about raining on our parade. But let's go through Pisces. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, Looks like this week we're dealing with elements that we are very comfortable with because we have water, water, water everywhere. Okay, so you might be in your feelings a little more than you normally are, but as I said, Pisces is very comfortable with water energy. So there's this little inherent comfort in this week's reading. 2 cards that could represent you or other water signs as well. So for a lot of this, it could be focused on the self or how people treat you. We also have this 10 of Swords over there, which is, once again, it's another little side note, but let's keep our eye on it as the story puts itself together. Let's go through one by one. Position number 1, we have the Moon card. As I already mentioned, this is the card of Pisces within the tarot deck. So in my simplistic style, the clarifier could tell us something that's coming towards us or a way we might be feeling in this time. Some readers also link this to the Cancer collective. So if you're connected to a Cancer, they might be showing up here. We have all the water sign energy all over the place anyway. But what do I think about with the Moon card? It's subtle energy, it's spiritual energy, it's very psychic and intuitive as well. So for a lot of you, your intuition could be heightened, your empathy could be heightened in this time. You could be having very interesting dreams when the Moon card energy is here. But as I always say in every single reading, this is my biggest card in the whole entire tarot deck of mystery, the unexpected, the surprising, the secret, like things that just aren't made known yet. So depending on what clarifies, it could really tell us the tale. And I will say this, the card right next to it, it gives me high hopes for sure, because especially with the unexpected moving into the 9 of Cups, very high hopes. And I will say this, if it wasn't for this 10 of Swords bonus card, I would say this is a very good baseline for a Pisces reading to start from. But we got our good friend John Travolta here with the 9 of Cups. So when I see this card, it is wish fulfillment, it's happiness, it's contentment. This is a card that is very open, warm, and welcoming. So when I see it in the main part of the spread, I'm like, hey, Pisces, something might really go your way. Or you might just be a little more affectionate and warm to other people than you normally are in this time, okay? This is very, very good. Now, a warning with this card, sometimes the 9 of Cups tells us to, don't put other people's wants and needs over our own. Like, it's okay if you need to watch out for yourself sometimes, right? Don't let people drink all your cups. You could share a couple of them. But another thing with this 9 of Cups, there's a warning against overindulgences of any kind. So that's something to keep in mind in the coming days and weeks, overindulgences of whatever it is, whether it's throwing a few back, whether it's food, whatever it might be. I think it's a good card for us to start from, though, because once again, it could be wish fulfillment, dream, wins, victories, triumphs, all that good stuff. So we'll see how it all plays out. Now, moving to the back end, we have the beautiful, lovely, gorgeous Queen of Cups. Now, when I see this card, once again, water sign energy, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, anyone could apply here. She is almost like the prototypical mother figure. When we see this, we think of fertility, we think of abundance, we think of nurturing, loving, caring, very deep emotional depth. Now, if you know how I explain court cards, kings represent control of the suit, queens represent the inner or the inner feelings. So without really going into too much detail, the Queen of Cups is the deepest emotions, deepest feelings in the whole entire tarot deck, in my opinion. So we could be talking about someone's emotions here, deep feelings, deep emotions and connections, whether good, bad, or indifferent. But once again, since this is a Pisces reading, doesn't matter, it's not gender specific. This could tell us a way we might be feeling this week or something coming towards us. Back end bonus, we do have the 10 of Swords, okay? This is one of the harsher energies in the whole entire deck. It represents endings, it represents a loss, rough and tough feelings, rough and tough endings. So for a lot of Pisces in this time, maybe there's a 10 of Swords moment that you're still processing, you're still dealing with, whether it's pain from the past or one that you're currently going through right now. But remember, this isn't a main card of the spread, so I don't yet want to say there's a warning, but when it shows its face, it's something for us to keep an eye on, okay? So for a lot of Pisces, you could still be processing something or a loss of some sort. Let's dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Pisceans, please, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for my friends? And yes, this is where we go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Moon card here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, moon card, what's happening? What's happening? Thank you. Okay. All right, that's a close of a chapter here for some of you. And now I'm seeing it here, especially with the Ten of Swords. Now we have the World here. And it doesn't feel like it's making huge waves here for a lot of the Pisceans. Now, the World card, let's go a little more in depth in this. It is the last of the major arcana. So it does represent the close of a story, the close of a journey, the close of a cycle. So it could sometimes represent endings here. So we'll want to keep an eye as we move through the rest of the reading, whether it's an ending from the past or one that you're currently grappling with right now. The World card doesn't have to be bad, though. Yes, it's karmic, but this card also speaks to the infinity of all things, right? Usually cycles move in a circle, right? A cyclical nature. So with every ending comes a new beginning. So for a lot of Pisces, these could be things that you're grappling with, especially if you're going through endings right now. Another thing with the World card is that it's karmic. Okay, so for some of you, there could be someone you're connected to or someone connected to you that could get a dose of karma. Karma could get served up in one form or another, because right up with justice, the World card is extremely karmic in my opinion. So I feel like it's one or the other, but the fact that it is up against the moon, yes, it could be an unexpected or a surprising ending, or just a big ending in general in your journey of life, what it is you're going through. But it could also represent the world itself. So I'm getting like 3 messages here. If it's not the ending or somebody catching a dose of karma, it could be you just sick and tired of the world itself. Only take that if it hits. Like if you're feeling cynical about the state of the world today, that could be represented here. Because when I see the World card, I think of the world itself. Let's just keep moving. Because yeah, we could be seeing an ending here, and that's okay. There's beginnings and endings in life in general, but I can't ignore it when we have the World, when we have the Ten of Swords showing up as well. So let's see why that Nine of Cups is in the mix. Really want to get over to the Queen of Cups as well now. But yeah, it might just be karmic. We'll see what's up. Ace of Swords. Okay, the new beginning or the next cycle you're moving into being a very, very good one, a very positive one. The Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth, is seeing things clearly. So I think for a lot of Pisceans, whatever situations you're going through, you see it for what it is, and you have a very sharp intellectual mind about it, okay? So even if there is some confusion, you might be able to really piece together what the lead up to it was or is. Now, I will say this for you, Pisces. I think I saw it for you in recent weeks. I'm not sure. It's been going through the zodiac. For some of you, after some sort of ending or a closeout, there could come a really nice, beautiful offer, whether it does come surprisingly or it's just a big offer or an unexpected offer of some kind, because I see it here. Remember, aces are opportunities and offers, and under the Nine of Cups, this person is very, very happy. So regardless of the ending or the close, another thing I gotta mention too is aces represent beginnings. So we have like a card of endings, a card of beginnings. So it's interesting how this is moving in a cycle. Whatever new cycle you're moving into or whatever this offer is going to be, it's going to make you way happier than you were before. This is beautiful energy. It's claimable energy, because look how content John Travolta is there with it. Okay, so let's keep moving over to the Queen of Cups. I like this. I really like this. So even though like this energy up front might be a little uncomfortable, this one's a little uncomfortable, this one is like, okay, this works, right? The Ace of Swords offer energy with the Nine of Cups. It's like, wow, all right, that worked out. That's a good energy. So you could be moving into a very, very nice place here. So let's go in on that Queen of Cups, and we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Like it, really, really like it. So why is that Queen of Cups in the mix? Temperance, good. Everything's going to be okay. For some of you, you need to know you are being watched over. This is like divine providence or like guardian angel type of energy right here on the back end. I love this. We have the Temperance card in the upright Sagittarius energy underneath the Queen of Cups. Some of you might just need to take a little time to let your emotions mellow out or to heal from something. That's a big energy. Now, I do always say, I know in the spiritual space, healing is like a catch-all term that a lot of people just slap on anything. And I know it's an intensive process to really heal from things from the past, especially Ten of Swords moments, world moments, stuff like that. But some quiet time isn't going to hurt. Okay, I feel like for a lot of you, you need to know that. A little quiet time, let things settle down, take a breath, take a little break. There's nothing wrong with that. Temperance is divinely guarded as well. So some Pisceans might just need to hear that with Archangel Michael, the protector. Underneath the Queen of Cups, Spirit is telling you, like, listen, if whether you feel alone or you're not, if you do feel alone, you are not. You're being watched over, you're being protected, you're being guided, regardless of the ups and downs. So we have this beautiful protective energy here. But another thing, yeah, I just feel like you need to just take your time with something, okay? Regardless of this offer energy, this ending energy, like taking your time is very important here. So let's go through and do a quick recap, Pisces, because I feel like there's lots of different things happening here in this week's reading. So let's go through piece by piece, then we'll get into the shadow card. Position number one, we have the Moon card, the Pisces card, with the World in the upright. So a lot of Pisces could be experiencing different types of endings in this time, different cycles closing out. And that's okay, because from this ending, we do have a beginning as well. A portion of you could just be tired of the world and world events in general. I don't blame you. But another thing I was picking up here is there could be someone you're connected to that could be getting their karmic justice in one way or another, getting served up a dose of karma. Now, when we move to the center, we have the Nine of Cups with the Ace of Swords in the upright. Yeah, some sort of new beginning, new cycle or offer coming in that's going to make you happy, whether it comes in surprisingly or unexpectedly or not. Whatever this is, like, you see the possibilities in it with the Ace of Swords. You see the truth and the honesty in it. So there is something big coming in. Like, once this world energy moves out, this new cycle has a lot of possibilities for you. I would claim this energy here in the center, especially if you've gone through an ending. On to the back end, we have the Queen of Cups with Temperance in the upright. You are guarded, you are watched over, you are loved. And this is just the beautiful protective energy that we have closing off the back end of this spread. It's really nice. And I did say for a lot of Pisceans, you might just need to take your time with something, or just take a breath, take a breather, nothing wrong. Like, don't rush something. Like, let it go through let it run its course, essentially. So we'll leave that as it is. Please take a screenshot if you want. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, Pisces. Interesting reading. And remember, this could be other people's energies as well. It doesn't just have to be yours. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. My God's talk to me. What do we have in the shadows for Pisces? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end. You know that. Just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Okay, so what do we got for Pisces in the shadows? And it doesn't always have to be a challenge. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. Put a link for it down in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and there's multiple tiers to choose from. Obviously, no pressure. Just got to mention it. But yeah, let's get it going here. Let's get this first card popping for Pisces. Oh my God, so what do we got? What is in the shadows for us Pisceans? Okay, yeah, the deck is being specific now. I'll take it, though. All right, thank you. Okay, Queen of Wands, something about self-confidence is showing up here, Pisces, in the shadows. Now, for a portion of you, this could be a connection to a fire sign when we have the Queen of Wands. But a big thing with this card is how we view ourselves and our self-confidence. When I boil this energy down to its base form, that's what the Queen of Wands is, like self-confidence in yourself. So this could be a couple of different things. First and foremost, one, it could be Spirit just telling you, okay, Pisces, be confident in yourself and your own abilities and your progress. Like all the progress that you've made in your life's journey so far. But another thing here is be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up about things. Don't overthink or overfeel things. And don't blame yourself for the actions of other people when we have the Queen of Wands showing up in the shadows. So Pisces, yeah, interesting reading. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for December, I'll be giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's one of my favorite new decks out there, and it's really enjoyable to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you think tarot is best used for? Is it for looking at love situations, the past, the future, energy checks? Whatever it is, you drop your answer down in the comments below. And as always, the winners will be announced at random at the end of December. My friends, as always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.